It was only a temporary thing. My brothers teased me so much I gave it up.
Cute. Very cute.
Yeah, it's my first tutu.
I wasn't talking about the dress.
My mum made it for my very first and last recital.
Uh-huh. So, how was it?
It was wonderful.
Uh-huh.
Until I fell.
So how long's she been missing?
Since last night. She didn't come home after her class.
Oh. Has she done this kind of thing before?
Of course she hasn't. Otherwise I'd be out there looking for her myself. I'd have an idea where to look. She is missing. Are you blokes going to help us or not?
No, she's just being modest. She's the best pupil I've had.
And he's exaggerating.
Morning.
As soon as there's anything...
We've got a problem.
Yeah, missing child, Wendy Drummond, age 15.
How long?
All night.
Yes.
Well, was she upset about everything?
She's really...
Look, are we going to get some action? Are you just going to ask me the same questions again?
Well, questions are how we get started.
Well, I have answered enough already.
Yeah, my name's
Did you bring a photo?
Constable Adam.
He's got it.
Why don't you come through to the office?
That's about it. Well, back to kinky killings.
All right. I'll see you later.
Kinky killings.
Oh, that's what he calls his book. The actual title is Ritual Killings and Their Manifestations in Crime in the late 20th century.
Was this a recent photo?
Yes, it was taken a couple of weeks ago.
It's that bloody boy. I warned her, warned him, told him to back off.
Wendy was seeing a boy.
Well, she said they were just friends.
Like hell. He is 18 years old, 3 years older than her. You know what boys like that have on their mind all the time? I told him to leave her alone.
Excuse me, I've tried that number again. There's still no answer.
Well, you're going to have to go to the school. There is no phone in the hall.
School? Well, it's Saturday.
It's a ballet school, her ballet school. He plays the piano.
What's his name?
Peter Hatton. It's Louisa's son.
Good.
How you going, Teddy?
Specials, how are you?
What are you smiling about?
Nothing. I was talking about the ballet yesterday with Ryan.
I thought you were supposed to be studying. I'm talking about the ballet. Oh, Constable. I'm Senior Detective Hashem, Mount Thomas Police. This is Constable Doyle. Excuse
Just
us.
a moment, girls. Yes?
Come this way.
Wendy! Wendy! Wendy!
Hey, Adam, you got something?
Wendy!
No, it's just a bit of rubbish.
Wendy!
She could be anywhere.
I don't know where she is. Why are you asking me?
Mrs. Hatton, we're wanting to speak to anybody who might be able to help us.
We would have been concerned this afternoon, of course. She never misses Saturday rehearsals.
Would you mind?
No.
Thank you. How was she when she left yesterday?
Well, a bit upset, but, you know, she's highly strung, I suppose.
Any idea what she was upset about? Well, her dad said you were seeing each other, that he'd warned you off.
We were just friends.
What?
I don't know where she is, okay? I walked her part of the way home last night. To the track. She takes a shortcut through the bush.
So you walked a part of the way home, even though her dad told you not to?
Yeah. He came round to the house later.
Right. What time was this?
About 10:30. He was insulting.
Well, how do you mean?
His behaviour. He was irrational, saying terrible things.
What sort of stuff?
That me and Wendy had, you know...
What?
That I'd tried something with Wendy.
Had you?
No, I told you it wasn't like that.
So he just yelled for a bit and then he left?
It's quite frightening when he's angry. I don't know why, Elaine. I think you should speak to him. I'm sorry I can't be more helpful. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Okay, girls. We stay warm. Come along, Meredith. Come on.
was nervous.
He was relaxed.
No word from the search team yet, I'm sorry. I thought you could use a cuppa.
Oh, thank you.
Tea and bloody sympathy, Jesus.
Look, it's a bit early to be thinking the worst yet. I mean, when you went out looking for her last night, it would have been dark. She wouldn't have got very far.
It wasn't... Look, I told her not to take the shortcut.
Well, what time did you go out looking for her?
After 6, when I got home from work.
What time does her class finish? Mrs. Drummond?
About 5:30, sometimes sooner.
You didn't wait very long.
I knew what they'd be up to. Look, I wanted to catch them at it, all right? Is that what you want to hear? I warned them both, and I was right, wasn't I?
We don't know yet.
I mean, they were not on the road. I went up the track and I saw the little bastard. He took off like a bloody rabbit.
You said they were just friends.
Just friends. If he is touched...
You're making an awful lot of assumptions here, Mr. Drummond. I think you should wait until we know what happened.
I really do not want your advice, Sergeant, and I really don't want your bloody cup of tea. Thank you.
Wendy! 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 Wendy!
Take it easy on this edge, guys.
Wendy! Wendy! Wendy!
Over here! Over here!
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. All right, thanks. Yeah, thank you. I'll pass that on. Yep. We've found a bag that could belong to your daughter. Could you describe hers?
She didn't have one with her. Unless... Her boot bag is green, sort of a dark green. But she wouldn't have that.
Why not?
Well, the girls leave them at the hall. Louise, Miss Hatton, she hires a room at the back of the stage.
I see. So there's no reason why she would have had this boot bag with her?
No, none at all.
I want to go down there.
Look, I don't think that's a very good idea.
I can't sit here and wait any longer. Excuse me, boss, can I have a word? So did he tell you what happened?
We're continuing with our inquiries, Mr.
Oh, he just danced his way around you, didn't he? The little bastard. I want someone up from Melbourne. You guys are not going to get anywhere.
Please. McKinley found a bag. That sounds like it could be Wendy's.
Jesus, you think she's dead, don't you?
We don't know.
No. Jesus, no.
Carrots.
Nothing useful here.
What do you call useful, McKinley? You should have left it where it was.
It fell right down on top of
And
me.
you should have left the stuff inside the bag.
He could have helped us in our search.
Search is just one part of an investigation. Next time you'd move evidence, you tell someone. So where was it?
It was in the tree. It must have been reaching a branch or something.
It's a bloody crime scene and everyone's walking through
The
it.
undergrowth hadn't been disturbed, PJ. I did check it. So how'd the bag get up there?
Can see her.
Where are you, mate?
About 30 metres south of the bluff. We're nearly there.
You stay here, Maggie.
PJ, I'm not babysitting a bag.
3, 4, 5, 1, 2...
Is she alive?
No pulse or respiration.
So what's going on?
She's still warm. There's a chance, I guess.
I was 50 metres away. I got so excited about that bloody bag.
Stand over this one.
Look at you.
Look, Mum, put it on the list and I'll get it.
No, Mrs. Radcliffe, no one's handed your
I don't
bag in.
understand why you have
Now,
to
if,
do it tonight
if
anyway.
we
I
find
don't
it, we'll
bother.
give you a call. Hey, look.
I don't care. I'll
we've
fix
got a
myself an
description
egg or
of your bag.
something.
Thanks very much. Yeah, bye-bye.
No.
That woman is an absolute bloody idiot.
It's because I can't think of everything.
She's rung us since the crack of dawn. She's rung up so many times, she doesn't even know who she's talking to.
Okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Just a bit of a fight with Mum, that's all. Thank you. Is that really what this is all about? You know, sometimes this stuff's worth talking
Look,
about.
I know the routine on psychological procedure, okay? I feel guilty because we came so close. I blame myself because I didn't find her sooner, and it's really not my fault. All I did find was a bloody bag. I know all that. But we were a few metres away, and I'm angry, okay? It's healthy. They say that in the book.
Fair enough.
Maggie, I'm sorry. It's just that we found this stiff in Fitzroy one night, and this is different because she was
Estimated time of death was a couple of minutes before we found her. She had a serious head injury, abrasions to her arms and legs. She'd been crawling over rocks.
Did the head injury happen before or after she fell?
It's too early to say. Someone may have hit her.
In which case, it's a job for homicide.
Yeah, but they don't want to get involved till the autopsy results are through.
When's that?
This afternoon.
Well, it might be useful to get a bit of early mail, know what we're up against.
Yeah. Oh, I've still got to talk to the parents.
Yes, well, they're a bit of a mess, I'm afraid. Cooper, you're off to Melbourne, escort the body. And hang about. I want any info on this post-mortem as soon as the pathologist's got it.
I suppose I have to.
Yes, Cooper, you do. Now get cracking.
Do you think it's a good idea sending him?
We've seen him before. What's wrong with sending him?
Well, maybe you should blood someone new.
No, I know what sensitive is.
I know what sensitive was if it bit you on the bum.
Yeah?
Mount Thomas 509 to VKC, code 5 at St Augustus Hall.
Mount Thomas 509 received. Let us know when you're code 1.
How sensitive.
Well, just because he plays the piano doesn't mean he can't lose his temper.
That is not what I said, PJ.
Now, all I'm saying is an artistic temperament is a passionate one.
And you'd know, right?
Look, I'm going to talk to the drummers as well, so let's just take things one step at a time, okay?
You don't even know when you're being...
All right, don't listen.
Hi.
Peter? I'd like you to come down the station, please. Got some bad news, I'm afraid.
Well, Jason, he had it all over his body.
You're dragging the chain a bit, Cooper.
Yeah, sorry, boss, I'm just about to go.
That's all right. PJ wants to talk to the Drummonds as soon as he gets back. You and Nick can go over and bring him in.
Yeah, but I thought you wanted me to go down.
McKinley can go to Melbourne, unless, of course, you'd rather.
No, that's fine. I'm out of here. Let's go, Nick.
Melbourne?
To escort the body. Yeah, I want you to stay down for the autopsy. Relay information as soon as it comes.
But I can't.
Don't argue.
No, I can't. I can't drive a police vehicle.
You don't need to. You travel with the body. Get yourself organised. The wagon will be leaving as soon as the crime scene's wrapped up. We've got more on our plate than you're knitting, Mrs. Radcliffe. Yes, I know. You told us that just before.
Yeah, no, put him in PJ's office, man.
The last time you rang the police station. Yes, look, I have to go. Croydon. C-R-O-Y-D-O-N.
Got a description of the bag.
Yes, all right. Bye-bye. I will. Bye-bye. Where's his wife?
Well, he said she wasn't there, but he's a bit weird because he's acting like nothing's happened. He was out the back shed polishing his telescope.
Hey?
He's into astronomy.
All right, straight through here, Peter.
Okay, Mrs. Hatton, if you wouldn't mind taking a seat, please.
No, I want to be with my son.
I'm afraid he's not on mine, and would you mind taking a seat? Thank you.
Sergeant Croydon, I really must object being dragged in here like criminals. It really is too much.
Your son.
I'm not protecting him. He's got nothing to hide. You're the one.
Mrs. Hatton, thank you.
He's insane. Peter knows nothing about this thing.
Well, in that case, there's nothing for you to be worried about, is there? Would you please take a seat?
Body from the sticks?
Yep.
Got the 83s? All right, I better get in then. Where's Mac? The pathologist, Dr. McDermott.
Oh.
A.K.A. Mac the Knife. Sorry. Barry Simpson. Homicide. Who are you?
Dash McKinley from Mount Thomas.
Ah. Say, aren't you just supposed to escort the body down here, then dump her?
My sergeant wants the mail on Miss Drummond.
Let's get started. I've got a lot on today. Case number 2494. Autopsy conducted at 12:53 p.m. Saturday, August 17th, in the presence of Detective Constable Barry Simpson and Constable Dash McKinley. We have a 15-year-old female with multiple abrasions to the knees and elbows, bruising to the upper arms, high-impact trauma to the head, and bleeding at the mouth, which indicates the likelihood of internal trauma.
Washroom's just down the corridor.
You didn't look for Wendy?
Yes, I looked for her. I was going to give her an earful. But when I didn't find her, I went home.
And this was after you saw Peter on the track?
Yes.
What happened when you saw him?
Well, he yelled. Look, I took one look at him and ran. He's mad.
Oh. You didn't say anything to each other?
No, not till later.
Oh, yeah. When was that?
When he came round to the house and started yelling accusations.
I don't understand. Why wait until 10 o'clock to go up to the Hattons?
I went home and told Elaine about seeing the boy, and well, she said Wendy had gone to a friend's place after ballet, just maybe have some dinner. I thought I'd made a mistake, you know, about the boy being with her.
So?
So I went down to the shed to write up my notes from last month's observations, just to try and calm down. I guess it's my escape, you know, astronomy, the stars, they're really quite predictable, and I wanted to relax. I came back in and Wendy still wasn't home, and Elaine had gone to bed. She had a migraine. She'd taken a pill.
And?
Well, I decided we'd both been lied to, didn't I? So I went up just to sort him out.
Well, he was yelling. Mum told me to go into the other room. I kept out of the way.
I still don't understand why you didn't report her missing until the next morning.
I just went home and I waited.
And what about the friend?
Well, I don't know her friends. We never talk. So I took my notes inside and I was just writing them out, just waiting. And I fell asleep.
I'm sorry.
You think I haven't thought about that ever since? I fell asleep while she was out there dying.
I wouldn't hurt her.
All right. Peter, so you said you had an argument with her, right? Didn't you?
About being her own person. Doing what she wanted instead of what's expected. Look, sometimes it's easy to confuse what you want to be with how you feel you should be or have to be, all right? We had an argument, that's all that happened.
I understand. Now, this argument happened at the end of the track?
Yeah.
Right, and you didn't follow her into the bush?
No, I told you.
No, it's just that her father said you did.
He would.
I know that I only just started, Tom, but this is important.
Assaulted?
The pathologist said beaten around the buttocks and legs, possibly over some time.
You still think it was Peter Hatton?
Well, he lied to me, Mags. He didn't stop at the end of the track. He went down it with Wendy.
All right, PJ, what about Mr. Drummond? Now, he has no alibi. He's got one hell of a temper, and now it turns out someone's been laying into his daughter.
You think there's a connection?
That's likely, isn't it?
I'm afraid likely's not enough. We'll know more once the internal examination's been done.
We should have a talk with Louise Hatton as well.
Why?
PJ, you saw that performance out there. They both have tempers, and they both had a relationship with the girl.
Well, she might know something at least.
She teaches ballet, not kung fu. She starts thumping her pupils, she'll be shut down in 5 minutes. But the parents aren't going to tolerate that.
They might. If they're ambitious enough for their kids' success. Well, it happens in sport. Why not ballet?
That's absurd. And defamatory.
No one's making any accusations, Miss Hatton. We're simply following up on information from the coroner's office.
You're following up in other directions. I'm not in the habit of beating my pupils.
Did you ever notice any marks on Wendy then at all? Bruises or abrasions?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Well, take a look at any dancer. They all get injuries of some sort or another.
But nothing unusual on Wendy.
I'm not looking for bruises. I'm looking for performance.
What was her attitude to her dancing?
Her attitude?
Did she enjoy it?
Yes. I assume so. She didn't complain. She worked hard. And she was making wonderful progress, and that takes commitment.
But commitment isn't really the same as enjoyment, is it?
Possibly not. Wendy wasn't exactly communicative. She seemed to be enjoying herself, all right? Oh, look, you'll have to ask her parents these questions.
We are asking them.
I love my daughter. We love her. I would never hurt her, never beat her. Not leave marks. We would never. I would never hurt her. It was the boy. I know he did it.
It's just speculation, Mr. Drummond.
No. No. There's evidence. It's in his locker at the school.
Where's the locker been like this?
I don't know. I don't use it much.
Peter, whose is this?
I don't know. Well, it's Wendy's, but I don't know how it got there.
And how did you know about this, this stuff in the locker, Mr. Drummond?
I pick her up sometimes after work, and I saw it there. It was open.
Right, and how long ago did you see it?
Oh, look, I really can't remember.
Do you remember what condition it was
Why are
in?
you asking me this?
Well, I'm just wondering why
I'm
you
not
didn't
the
make
one
a
you should be
complaint.
talking to here. I have just lost
And
my...
we're just trying to find out what happened, Mr. Drummond. Now, if you're not telling the truth, you could be up for perverting the course of justice. Now, you should think about that. All we're trying to do is find out how your daughter died.
He raped her, and then he killed her. That is how she died. That's how.
I took the point.
We talked, shared things, that's all. We were friends. We were fighting the same kinds of battles.
What sort of battles, Peter?
With our parents. Wendy's folks wanted her to dance. That's all they wanted her to do. But I mean, it's not what she wanted.
And you didn't want to play the piano?
No, I love the piano. It's just I can't be what my mum wants me to be. How she wants me to be. That's why she kept pushing our friendship, me and Wendy. She just pretend that it's not the way it is. Mum's marriage, it's not something she's very proud of. She can't handle the thought that I might be like my father, admitting it, even if it makes me a less likely suspect now. I never touched Wendy. It wasn't like that. It didn't matter. I mean, she knew.
Yeah.
Gay.
I know. No, there's no evidence of sexual penetration.
What about the injuries?
Oh, well, the pathologist is working on that now. I just thought the sexual bit was important.
Yeah, it is. Keep me informed about the rest.
Mm-hmm. Tom, when I meant that there was no sexual assault, as the pathologist said that the girl's probably actually still a virgin. I thought that was important.
Yes, it is.
Good. Well, anyway, I better get back. I don't want to miss anything, so I'll speak to you later.
Wow. Phoning home. Telling them you might be late.
No, I was calling my sergeant.
You're keen to get back. Gorgeous and conscientious.
Are you sure?
Well, the pathologist confirmed it. She never had sex with Peter, Mr. Drummond. Or anyone else.
He wasn't interested anyway. If you get my drift.
You put the leotard in Peter's locker, didn't you?
I had to do something. I couldn't let him get away with it.
How did you get into the hall?
I work for the council. It's a council hall. It's easy enough to get a set of keys. But I saw him. He ran. I was so sure.
Mate, maybe he was just scared.
Look, I didn't harm Wendy. I swear.
No, we don't need a list of all the patterns. Look, yes, I'll get right onto it. Yeah, don't you worry yourself. No, that'll be fine. Bye-bye. Cooper, I thought I told you to field calls from Mona Radcliffe.
Oh, sorry, boss.
Well, you're going to be even sorrier. I just told her we get straight onto it. Off you go.
Me?
Yes, you. Find that knitting.
Well, Peter's not involved. Are you satisfied about that
I'm
now?
satisfied sex wasn't the motive.
You are really stuck on him, aren't
like
you?
you're stuck on the old man.
Well, PJ, I don't think it was the father.
What are you talking about? Before you said
I know what I said. I happen to have changed my mind. Is that okay?
Well, I wouldn't rule him out entirely. Well, he's got a hell of a temper.
Yeah. And when it hits a fan, he runs out into his little shed for his telescope. I mean, the man's an emotional cripple.
Learned that in Criminology 1, did you?
Oh.
All right. So, who are we left with?
Well, Detective, as you said, they're all being less than forthcoming. I think it's got something to do with that ballet school.
She was good. I mean, you know, she was really good. Great feet, great turnout. She could turn, she could jump. She was amazing.
Do you think the other girls were jealous of her?
I mean, a bit. I mean, you could work really hard and never be that good.
Well, you think they might have been a bit more than jealous?
What? You mean like they might have hurt her? No.
What do you think that Mrs. Hatton felt about her?
She was...
Actually, I saw you two arguing today. What was that all about, Selena?
Nothing. She's my teacher. Look, my mum will kill me if I get on the wrong side of her.
Selena, Wendy's dead. Now, we need to find out why and how.
I was understudying for the recital and... I mean, now I've got to take the whole thing over and I'm really worried about it, you know. I'm under enough pressure.
Without what?
That Miss Hatton studying on me.
No, what about?
Same as Wendy. They're building up my strength and how I'll never get anywhere if I don't slim down. It's not fair. She's never given me a hard time about it before now.
So how about it? It's a pain in the bum having to get back tonight. You know, we could go out and have a very nice...
Oh, would you
Look at that. That's amazing.
Okay, let's take a look at the stomach contents.
How about a bite to eat later?
Words fail me.
Thank you.
Look, those girls are all obviously terrified of the woman.
No, no one's forcing them to take ballet lessons, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know that Wendy would have necessarily agreed with you. Yes, on your side. Look, even if Louise Hatton wasn't responsible for those bruises, you can't tell me that she didn't at least notice them. I mean, you look at the facts, they all point to the same thing. Oh, come on, can't we at least see if it's possible? Pretty please? What do you think?
Let's have a look.
Suicide.
Well, it makes sense. She was under a lot of pressure from all areas.
Yeah, she's been copping a few beatings. Look, she knew the area, knew the bluff was there. She was upset, ran away from the board, chucked the bag over and jumped.
Well, she was about 30 feet from the bottom of the cliff there, mate. That's a pretty big jump. Even for a ballet dancer. Oh, well,
Well, we think she lived long enough to crawl away.
It's conceivable that she jumped and wasn't killed.
Or was pushed and survived.
What's throw the bag away?
Mount Thomas Police.
Tom, I'm heading off now.
Yeah, well, any more news from the pathologist?
Yeah, that's what I'm phoning about, because the internal examination shows that the blow to the head was only a part of what killed her, because she's got, like, massive internal injuries. So the pathologist said that her head must have hit the rock rather than the other way around.
Well, we've got our own theories about that. Anything else?
Yeah, one really weird thing is stomach contents.
What about?
Well, she didn't have any, sort of. And she had really high levels of carotene.
I see. What's that mean, carrots? What does the pathologist make of that? Right. Oh, well, don't miss your ride back.
Don't worry about that. Bye.
The pathologist reckons it's likely this girl was anorexic.
Suicide? Well, makes sense.
And it puts a hell of a lot of pressure on the family, the illness itself, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You've got a good head for this, you know. You look for the broader issues, the big picture. You're wasting your time talking.
Decided to get out of the classroom, did you?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, you remember PJ, Professor
G'day,
Callum.
Professor. How are you?
Of course, good.
Would you like to join us?
We were just like,
Sorry, we were just discussing some police work.
hypothetically,
Of course. Right. Well, like an exercise.
no.
Sort of.
No names, of course. I thought that it might be able to help us with the current case that we're working on.
Right, like a hypothetical discussion with a practical purpose. You could say that, yeah. Right, great. Drink? Yeah, bubble scotch. Black label. Maggie.
No, thank you, Roman. I'm fine. PJ.
What?
You know bloody well
I'm
what.
just being sociable. Now, Maggie, find me way. Please do.
No, you're not. You're fine.
So we go up to the physio unit at the hospital.
Physio
Not there.
not there, huh?
Over to the church hall.
It's not there.
Down to the supermarket.
It's not there.
No, got it in one.
No, Mrs.
Hey, how'd you survive?
Hello.
All right?
Good, yeah. Great.
Oh, wax. Last time I did one of them, I felt sick for a week.
So, how is she, Rowan? Sorry? Maggie. With the studies. Oh, she's doing very well, and it's Roman. Oh, sorry. My mistake.
Well, we can't sit around here chatting all night, can we? Should be studying. Should we get back to it?
Right. Right. Nice to meet you again, FJ. It's, actually PJ. My mistake.
Where is everyone? What's become of Cooper?
I'll give you a hint. Knit one, pearl one, knit one, pearl one.
He's still looking for Mona Radcliffe's
It's
knitting.
become his reason for living.
I didn't ask him to make a career of it.
You could say he's Sir Galahad and that's his woolly grail.
For crying out... Doyle, all this studying is very laudable, but not if it's going to start making you late in the mornings too.
Sorry.
Just remember, Doyle, a tired police officer is a dangerous police officer.
You shouldn't burn the candle at both ends.
All work and no play and other relevant aphorisms.
Yeah, well, thanks, Nick. I think I can manage without the aphorisms and the smart remarks.
Oh, late night, huh?
PJ, A, I don't want to hear about that. B, I'm late. And C,
Got the pen back.
we've got some work to do, haven't we?
Excuse me. It's Peter. He's gone. He's run off. We had a terrible argument and he just ran out of the house.
Right, so when was this?
This morning, just before. Now, you have to find him. He's going to hurt himself. I know he is. He said something about how it being good enough for Wendy.
Right, Nick, do you mind, please?
McKinley, come with us.
Oh, they go.
Come on, don't you worry, Mrs. Hatton. They'll find him. You come too here. Come on, here you come. We'll get you a cup of tea if you'd like.
Peter, everybody's worried about you.
It's all right, okay. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I already did that.
You spoke to your mum?
Yeah, I spoke to her. Wendy said to me that she was sick of pretending. She said I shouldn't pretend anymore either. And now she's dead. I had to speak to Mum. I thought I owed it to her, to Wendy.
She said that you had a fight.
Yeah, we had a fight. Sometimes people just won't accept the truth, will they?
Why'd you come here?
To be myself. To say goodbye. Say sorry.
Sorry. To Wendy? What for?
I killed her.
Peter's already been interviewed, but we thought it was best to get what happened out in the open.
Peter?
I've explained everything. I've told them about me, about Dad, about how you always went on at Wendy, just like you always went on at me. Be a man, get yourself a real job, except with Wendy it was tone up, stay fit, be the best.
It's my job to make them the best.
No! It's just for you. It's all just for you. It's because you were never the best, so you had to try and do it through her. It was all just a waste anyway. She didn't even want to be a dancer. She felt trapped, living other people's lives.
How did it happen?
Peter followed Wendy to the track. She was upset. She'd cleared her locker and taken all her things. And Peter was worried about her. But she wouldn't stop. She ran off the track to the cliff, threw a bag away.
It's gonna solve everything! What are you talking about? If I stay on the cliff, chuck myself off, it's gonna make everything okay? That's stupid. Oh,
I had climbed down and I found her. I thought she was dead already. I couldn't see her moving. She wasn't breathing. I was running to get help when I ran into her old man.
Peter, why didn't you tell him?
I don't know. I just got scared. I thought it was too late anyway.
Yeah, except it wasn't like that, was it, Peter? She was still alive, and you just left her.
It wasn't like that. Look, I wish it would have been me that had... Every time you look at me, you see Dad. What he was. How you failed. Just another failure.
I saw how your father suffered. So I tried to protect you. And I hurt you instead. I'm so sorry.
It's pity you're both too late to say you're sorry to Wendy.
There is another matter, I'm afraid. Wendy had been assaulted.
Do you know anything about that, Mrs. Hatton?
No. No, she never touched her.
Well, Peter, who did then?
It was me. She wouldn't eat. She just wouldn't eat.
Peter, what good did you think it would do?
What would you know? You can escape. You don't even see what's going on around you. I can never escape that disappointment.
She didn't want to be a dancer, did you know that? She loved animals. She wanted to be a vet.
She could have talked to us. We would have let us stop.
Talked? Just when would we have talked? You're always hiding out in that damn shed, for God's sake. Looking at stars. When would we have talked? Your children are your dreams. She She was too good to throw it all away.
So, Elaine, you would have insisted that she kept on dancing just to satisfy your dreams?
All I ever wanted to do was to dance. He's got his stars. I wanted mine.
What a bloody mess, eh?
Yeah, well, they should all be charged.
Well, Peter will be. It'd be hard making a case against the rest of them.
Yeah, more's a pity.
Oh, let's hope they learn something.
Well, you need a bit of insight for that.
A psychological profile
Don't
detective.
start up again. Well, what is it with you two,
Oh,
late?
sorry, starts me up.
Sorry, boss. Sack me if you want. I've looked all over Mount Thomas for the knitting, and I can't
Knitting?
find it anywhere.
What, did you say knitting?
Yeah, in a grass sort of shopping bag. Why?
What's in the lost property cupboard?
What, somebody handed it in?
No, nobody handed it in. She came in to complain about some sheep in her backyard and she left it here.
Great, thanks a lot, PJ. Why didn't you call her?
CIB, mate, you know, very busy.
Better get on the phone there, kid, before we do epic marker
Tom?
on your drive.
Yes?
I just wanted to say that it was a good idea sending me to Melbourne.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's best to confront these things.
Yes, it is. Anyway, thank you.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You should stay out of my way. Hi, Mum, it's me. No, everything's fine.
Dash, you want
I just wanted to see how you were.